Hey everyone, my name is Janelle Starr. I'm the marketing director for CWPubOnline. Today I'm going to give you a brief overview of our most popular programs, and then I am going to show you the teacher portal that you can access when you are a subscriber to see your student records and manage your classes. CWPubOnline has been around for over 45 years now, and we started in the workbook industry, moved along to offering DVD programs and simulations, videos, things like that. And then since 2016, we have been focused on our online subscription program, CWPubOnline. This last fall, we did sunset our DVD products, and we are just focusing solely on the online subscription product. First, I'm going to show you our most popular program, On Your Own Coast to Coast. This is in the financial literacy category, but it also incorporates careers and real-world math. So to start the simulation, you are going to have your students enter their name. They can enter that however they like. On the back end that I will show you later, you will be accessing the records the way that you input their student names. We start with a little description of what they are going to experience in the game. And then they have the choice of 3, 6, or 12 months. These are simulated months, not actual months. So we'll do 3 months for the purpose of this demonstration. They can also choose between math or no math. And that's something that you can tell them which one that you want them to choose, depending on your classroom goals. Here they can decide how they would like to play. Random is going to, the simulation is going to give them a place to live. It's going to give them a career and a salary. User choice, obviously the student can pick those things. And then in career choice that we're going to go to right now, they will get to see up to 20 different careers. They're going to read a description about those careers, learn about them, what the average salaries are, and what the job outlook is. So they'll read about those, and then they can go on to some questions. Now in the actual simulation, they would have to answer 10 questions about this career. We only have to answer 1 for this demonstration. When they get back to the screen, they are able to choose a different career and read about it. And then answer questions about that career. Once they've done as many as you would like them to do, they will come back to the screen and they will choose which career they want for the purpose of the simulation. The next screen gives them a map where they can choose where they want to live. Again, this is in the user choice or in the career choice options. We have 10 cities here, and it's a variety of cities from large to small spread out across the nation. For this demonstration, we are going to choose Des Moines, Iowa. And here you can see that it gives you your salary, your gross pay, taxes, and then a little bit of information about living in Des Moines. And then we are going to just have a little introduction here before we can start. So this is the main work screen for the game, your home screen. You can see here that there are several different items available. At the top of the screen, it shows My Money. This is your debit card and your credit card balance. Anytime that you have to pay for anything during the game, you are going to have to choose to pay with your debit card or your credit card, and you will just click here and it will deduct the money from that. Next to My Money is your lifestyle points. So throughout the game, the students are given points when they do something good or make good choices, when they purchase something. And then you'll see in a little bit that points can actually be taken away from the students as well. So your goal during the game is to maximize your lifestyle points, and of course you don't want to go bankrupt. At the bottom of the screen, We have a learn section where at any time during the simulation, a student can go here and they can get more information about different sections of the game. The budget section allows the students to create their own zero-based budget for each simulated month of the year that they're playing. The spending section shows them their actual spending throughout the course of the simulation. And then the summary just kind of gives an overview of everything about the simulation, how they played, how they've answered different questions, and things like that. On the right-hand side of the bottom is the help screen. Again, they can access this anytime to understand more about the way that the simulation works. Sound is obvious. They can turn the sound on or off on the game, and then they can save and quit from down here as well. In the middle of the screen, they have their weekly to-do list, and that list changes every single week. Most often, they are going to have to buy groceries, put gas in their car, and then there's some other random things. They might have to go shopping for a specific item, or they might be going to, we're going to go to a pop concert this week, according to our simulation. And then we're going to meet a friend for lunch at a casual dining restaurant. So in order to move on to the next simulated week, the student does have to complete all of the things on their to-do list. The item underneath the to-do list is a special offer. Those are sometimes there and sometimes not. They are optional items. Sometimes it's a sale on an item, or you might get invited to go to a birthday party or something like that. So they can choose to do that if they would like to. And then down at the bottom of the screen, we have life happens questions. In order to move on to the next week, you do have to answer 5 of those questions, and they are all randomized in the actual game. This simulation, we have the same 10 questions under there, but in the actual game, every student will have a different experience. And those life happens questions are sometimes an emergency, sometimes it's a little bit of a hassle, sometimes they will just, stumble upon some money laying in the street. So just different things can happen during that, and we will go through those in just a few moments. So we're going to start by going through the apps on the phone screen. The apartments app is usually where you would start because you want your students to go ahead and rent an apartment. And when they do that, they can choose to live alone or they can get a roommate. The live alone option, obviously, they live the way they want to, but they're responsible for all their costs. Where if they get a roommate, they can share some of those costs, but of course they have to also share their space with another person. So when they click on one of those options, they get to choose their apartment. And so you can see that when you choose that apartment, you see what the pricing is per month. And then you get to see some example photos of what that apartment might look like in the city that you're living in. At any time when they're in one of the apps on the phone, they can hit the home button and get back to the home screen. In the banking app, they have the option to deposit money or move their money around in 3 different types of banking institutions. We've got a community bank, a credit union, and then a national bank there. In the bills app, it will just show them upcoming bills for the next couple of weeks. While you're here, you can pay a bill from this screen. You can also pay that bill from your home screen if it's due that particular week. So we'll just go ahead right now and pay our cell phone bill. We click the pay now button, and then we do have to choose whether we want to pay that with our debit card or our credit card. In the entertainment app, students can go there at any time to choose different entertainments. things that they would like to go to. We did have to buy a ticket to a pop concert from our to-do list this week, so we'll go ahead and do that while we're in here. And then we'll just choose to buy one ticket and make that purchase, and we will go ahead and put this one on our credit card. And you can see when we return to the home screen that buy a ticket to the pop concert is checked off. So that is one item that we have completed. The gas app on the phone will take you to the same place as the Get Gas button in the to-do list. You can see here how many gallons of gas are left in your tank. We are completely out apparently. And then you can see how many gallons of gas your car will hold. So we will hold 12 gallons, so we'll just go ahead and fill that up and pay with a debit card. And so now that item is also checked off of our to-do list. In the groceries app, again, you can go to the app or you can get to it from the button. It will tell you how many meals you have left at your house. You have to keep at least 21 meals in your pantry in order to move on to the next week. So we'll go a little bit over that and we'll buy 24 meals. And we will pay with our debit card again. And now you can see that also is checked off of the list. The insurance app gives the students the opportunity to purchase auto, property, health, or life insurance. The nice thing about insurance is that, again, this is a real world game without real world consequences. So you will find out during the life happens section that that if you're not properly insured, you are going to have to pay more for some things. The restaurants app lets you go out to eat again anytime, or you can do the things that you need to do on your to-do list. So I believe this week we were supposed to go to lunch at a casual dining establishment. And so we'll go ahead and make that purchase with our debit card again. And so now that is checked off. And finally, we have to buy a toaster because our toaster died. So we can, again, go shopping or we can hit the shopping app on the phone. Either one will take you to the shopping center. We recently upgraded our shopping experience to give the students a more Amazon type of experience where they can shop in the different departments in our store and add them all to the cart at the same time. So again, they can go shopping at any time during the game for anything they would like. This week we do have to buy that toaster, so we're going to go to the appliances section. And you can see here, every section of our store does have 20 items available. So we'll check our toaster, add it to the cart, and go to the cart. And you can see that it does add the tax onto that as well. We'll go ahead and make that purchase with our debit card. And now we've completed everything from our to-do list. So let's jump through the rest of the phone apps real quick, and then we will do the life happens section. Under transportation, you do start with a car. You can donate it and take public transportation. You can sell it and take public transportation. You can trade your car, or you can just add public transit passes. The utilities section is something that you, again, would normally just start with. The students would go here to get electricity, TV, and internet hooked up. They do start with a cell phone plan, but they can come here and they can change their plan at any time. And finally, the 401k section gives your students a brief overview of investing. They can start investing at high risk, average risk, or low risk. So that life happens section, here we are going to see some different things happen with our game. So this first one is a decision question. Since you moved in, none of your neighbors have introduced themselves. What should you do? And I'm just going to choose the wrong answer here and do nothing. If they don't want to know, you don't bother them. So that was the wrong decision. You can see that I did lose lifestyle points on that question. This life happens question is a math question because we did choose math at the beginning of the game. This wants to know what is the difference in cost between a ticket to a rock concert and a ticket to a pop concert. And we don't know the answer to that off the top of our head. So what we're going to do is just jump back to the home screen. And you can see that the game is saved in the section that we have a pending math problem. So in order to find out the answer, we are going to go to the entertainment app on our phone, concerts, and then let's look at the rock concert. That is $120 per ticket. And then we will look at pop concert, which we bought the ticket for earlier. That was $110. So we will return to our math question now, knowing that $10 is the difference. We got that correct, and we did earn some lifestyle points. This is a hassle. We just need to renew an online magazine subscription. This does give us the opportunity, if we needed to go to the bank or go to our 401k if we need additional funds. Since this is just $24, we will just go ahead and pay that with our debit card. Here's an emergency question. Again, we do have the option to go to the bank or go to our 401k if we need to move some money around. We don't need to, but you can see that because I'm not properly insured, I do have to pay more than if I did have liability and collision insurance. So I will go ahead and pay for this. I'm going to put this one on my credit card. And we need to answer one more question before we proceed to the next simulated week of the game. This one is called the word, and it gives you some sort of related vocabulary question. So when you use a financial institution, what is that called? And that is called, and we got that correct, and so we did earn some more lifestyle points. Now you can see that since we've answered the 5 lifestyle questions, we can move on to the next simulated week. We are going to end our on your own demonstration here for today. Again, I want to reiterate that this is completely randomized. Every student in your class is going to have a different experience with on your own. These questions and the life happens are based on the decisions that they've made throughout the game. And another thing that they are going to find is that the math questions get harder as they go along. So the math question that we saw here was a level 1 easy math question. As they move along throughout the game, they are going to get harder and harder. And if the game starts noticing that they are not answering the questions correctly, then it will drop them back down to a level 1 math question. The next program we're going to take a look at is our most popular careers program, or one of our most popular careers programs. Who would you hire? This is part of a three simulation series that includes who would you fire and who would you promote. All 3 of those simulations work exactly the same way. So we're going to go ahead and start a game. And they start out with a introduction video that they can watch. We're not going to watch that for the purpose of this demonstration. You can see here in the bottom right-hand corner that you do have the option for them to turn the closed captioning on for these videos. Once they've watched the intro video, they will go ahead and hit get started. And then you can see that they have 6 people to choose from. And so again, the who would you hire, fire, and promote all have the same setup. There's 6 different interviews or meetings that they will watch, and then they will evaluate those candidates. So we're going to go ahead and go to Ryan. And again, we can watch the video and we can turn on the closed captioning if we would like to. So from each person's screen, they have different options at the bottom. Watch the interview. You can view the person's resume. You can evaluate the candidate, which we're going to do now. And just to be real quick here, we're just going to give this candidate all 4s. And then we're going to go back to the main menu. You can see that we scored Ryan with a 48. So now let's go ahead and go to Sherry. Again, we could watch her video, view her resume, and evaluate her. So I'm going to give her all 2s for this demonstration. So now you can see we've evaluated those 2 candidates. Now, once the students get through all 6 of them, they would go to the view group evaluation form. And of course, all of these numbers would be filled in so they can see what all the scores are. And then what they will do is choose who they would hire. And then they can type in their explanation of their choice. There are no right or wrong answers in here. This is all based on your students' opinions. The point is to get them in the mindset of maybe a CEO or a manager at a company, so they can see some of the different things that they would have to evaluate candidates on. Our newest addition to our suite of simulations is Current Curriculum Online. This is a growing library of interactive worksheets that your students can complete in class or as homework. Some of them are quicker than others. And we do have 3 options under Current Curriculum, and that is, again, our careers, financial literacy, and real-world math options. Once they choose which one of those they would like to do, then they will choose a topic and choose an activity. And there's a different number of activities for each topic. Some of them just have 1 or 2. Some of them have 5 or 6. This one has 4. You can see on the left-hand side of the screen that there is the worksheet there, and it tells you which answer you're filling in. So this one has 16 problems. Again, each activity is different. Some of them just have 1 or 2 questions. This one has 16. I believe that there are up to 20 questions on the worksheets right now. That could change as we add worksheets. So the question is, you believe you have worked hard and deserve a raise. How would you go about getting it? Do nothing. So we have a yes or no answer here. You can see when we answer correct, we can just move on. Ask, don't demand. That's true. So you can see the gist of this. Some of the math programs have 4 answer multiple choice questions that the students will get a chance to answer 3 times before they're either correct or incorrect and move on. I am just going to randomly answer here just to get you to the end screen. And you can see that I did not do very well when I randomly answered. And it shows my final score of 21 out of 48. As a teacher with a CWPubOnline plan, you do have a teacher and admin login. School plans that are for unlimited students and teachers in one building do have a school admin assigned. Then our next tier is our teacher plan that is for one teacher and up to 30 students. And you just have the one teacher login. When you log into your admin area, you will see what subscriptions you have active and the current expiration date. We do start sending out renewal notices about 3 months before that expiration date comes up. So you can watch for that and make sure that your subscription does not lapse. On the sidebar, you can easily get to the home page of CWPubOnline. The help screen is going to give you a few different things. Some of our most frequently asked questions are listed here. We have a link to our YouTube channel where you can watch promo videos about our simulations and get some quick help with the admin portal. We have some like 2-minute videos there that are available for you to watch. Then we have PDFs of our teacher guides. There's a PDF of the admin portal, the full financial literacy teacher guide, the full careers teacher guide, and then for the either individual programs or groupings of programs. You can also click the button here to leave a comment or suggestion, and then the button below that to contact tech support. I will tell you that when you contact us, you are talking to a real person every single time. Even if you have to leave a message, we will call you back. If we say we have to contact tech support, we will contact a real person in tech support and we will get back to you. Going down the sidebar, we do have a current curriculum library. This is not to be confused with current curriculum online. For the time being, we do still have available this library, and this has literally hundreds of PDF activities that you can download and print for your students to complete. Some of these we are making into interactive worksheets for current curriculum online. We're updating them as we go. So you can access that at any time. And then we do have our records management here. This is probably the place where you will spend the most amount of time while you are in the admin portal. And so this does show you the classes that you have made available. The buttons on the side are your student management buttons. So the blue button will allow you to bulk import your students into the program. We do have an Excel file available for download that you can use in Excel or in Google Sheets. So if you download that, you can enter the information in there and upload that. There are a few notes here too, not to change the header rows. They have to be there when you upload your students. Don't skip any rows. Don't leave any spaces in anything because then we have experienced problems. And then the other thing you want to make sure is that when you are finished entering your data and you go to save your file, you want to save it as CSV, delimited. We have noticed people trying to save as CSV UTF-8, and that will not upload to the program. If you, however, have any issues uploading your students, feel free to contact us. We're happy to help you at any time. The button next to that would allow you to delete your students. If you need to delete a class, you do have to delete any students out of that class first before you can delete the class. The green book button next to that is your reports, and we will come back to that in just a moment. The pencil icon will allow you to edit the class. This is where you can change the name of the class. You can change the max number of students. I will tell you that the default is set to 0. So if you're having trouble adding students to your class, this is a place that I would suggest that you check right away and make sure that you put in a max number of students in there. And you can set that number to whatever you would like. You also have the option from this screen that you can select the simulations that are available to the students. So maybe you don't want them, for example, to see the on your own assessment until you've completed the on your own simulation. In that case, you would check the select simulations available, and then you can uncheck the on your own assessment and any others that you would like, and just go ahead and hit the update button. And then finally, the red X would delete the class. Again, you have to delete the students first before you are allowed to delete the class from the system. So back to record management. This screen gives you the option to choose what report you're going to download. On the left-hand side, you have on your own. You have some different reports that you can download for on your own. On the right-hand section, you have current curriculum, and then you can choose the program, topic, and activity from that. And then in the center, you can choose from all of the other programs. Those are less detailed reports, and that's why those are all sectioned together there. So we'll choose summary. Below that, you're going to select your student or students. So you do have to select something here. Most of the time you're going to choose all students, of course, but you can also choose individual students. And then you'll click Get Report, and those will display below. I mentioned it before, one of my favorite things about CWPubOnline is that you'll always talk to a real person when you contact us. If you text us, if you email us, you're not getting any automated reports going out. This is actual real people that you're going to talk to. So you will get questions answered, and you will get them answered as quickly as humanly possible. Another one of my favorite things is all of these programs. There's currently 6 financial literacy, 6 careers, and then the current curriculum online program, plus that library of worksheets that you can download. Those are all included in your price. And so we have 3 different pricing tiers. And the great thing about this is that we don't have per student pricing. This is all flat rate pricing. You have your school plan, which is for unlimited teachers and students in one building. Your teacher plan, which is for 1 teacher and up to 30 students. And then we did more recently introduce a homeschool plan that I know has been utilized by a few, like alternative classrooms. That is for 1 teacher with up to 5 students. And you can, like, let's say you purchase a teacher plan and you have some other teachers in your building that are interested in using that, we can easily upgrade you to a school plan. But the school plan for unlimited teachers and students in your building is by far the best deal that we have available. We also offer discounts if you are ordering new from multiple buildings. If you are renewing, you can renew for multiple years and get discounts on that as well. So thank you so much for watching. Again, if you have any questions for us, feel free to email me at marketing@cwpub.com. I will put my email address in the description of the video as well. And I hope that we see you as a subscriber soon.